Hi, welcome to the world of StarCraft 2. I am Galaxy. I will be commentating a game for you today. Want to just first thank my subscribers for being my subscribers. Thanks so much for tuning in. For those of you who are not subscribers, thanks for tuning in anyway. And we have what I believe to be an enjoyable game coming up pretty soon. Or right now, imminently. It's coming up imminently. MouzNaama, the winner of a tournament called DreamHack, which took place recently in Sweden. It's going to be the Terran Monster. I can't think of more creative things to call these people. He's the Terran Mastermind. There you go. And PW Relfi, a Protoss player who has spawned blue and in the north position on Metalopolis. I do have a small story for you. So about 2 weeks ago, I was pretty discouraged at my subscriber count, because I have less than like 100 subscribers, or I won't get into the details, but I was pretty mad, and I was pretty much saying, God, I'm not going to do this anymore because I don't have any subscribers. This is just a waste of my time. It's balls. And I basically said, God, if you want me to do this, give me more subscribers, and I gave him some numbers, which would sort of like be a sign from God. Anyway, but while I'm talking about all this, Relfi is sending out his probe to scout this position down here, and I do expect Nama to do the same pretty soon. He is building his barracks. No refinery on the way. So, yep, everything pretty standard here. Looks like a gateway in a normal time. His assimilator is just coming down. So we have oh, look, there's that refinery. So we do have a pretty normal game coming up soon. I do expect the SCV to be, the orbital command to be built pretty soon. That'll be coming next after this SCV. So, but fruitfully, what happened is, instead of just getting more subscribers, somebody found my videos on YouTube, decided he liked them, and asked me to start casting some live tournaments. If you have subscribed to my channel, then you know about that already. But it's just kind of like, well, I feel like I have no idea why, because, you know, I don't have a lot of subscribers, so that doesn't, obviously I'm not exactly popular, not like Husky or something. But it's he seemed to like my style, so I am now doing that every week. Well, except for this week because it's Christmas. This probe did get away with 2 shields in 2 shields over 20, which is now recharging. So that probe did not die, and that probe did see just a couple of supply depots, which doesn't tell you very much. But he did see some Marines, so he has no idea about this second refinery, though. This factory is now on the way, so we could see a 111. Yeah, we could see Banshees or Medevacs, something like that. So, anyway, we do have a Stalker on the way and Warp Gate technology. The second assimilator is now done for Relfi. Relfi now has control of this Zelnaga tower, and he is using it to get vision of the army of Nama, who was scouting for proxy pylons with those Marines. And a bunker is now going for Nama, which does signify that he is going to stay on one base for a little while and tack up before expanding. However, it looks like that Relfi is going to take an expansion after a very strong play, I'd say, especially in these positions. A gateway and then expansion after that first Stalker. I say it's strong because if a Nama was here, it would be a short ground distance, and it would be more difficult to hold on to this expansion. Looks like this Stalker is going to just scout for proxy anythings, possibly. You never know what could be around the corner, what sneaky little devious things that your enemy will come out with. And this Hellion is coming out, and it is going to scout, probably against the Zelnaga towers. It may bump into the Stalker, and it may see this expansion. If we look at the vision of Nama, he does not know it is there yet. It will be important information for him to get. He will be scouting here. Does he even know? He actually doesn't know where his opponent is. I missed that. Looks like Nama is scouting his opponent for the first time, which is unusual. Usually, I assume that you would scout at a certain point with an SCV, but he didn't do that. So anyway, this Hellion will see this expansion and run away. This Stalker is going to try and intercept that Hellion, and it may very well do so. This Hellion needs to get out of there right now. Meanwhile, this Zelnaga's tower this probe is vulnerable to this Hellion. It is going to pop up there, and unfortunately for Relfi, this probe will go down. If he's not controlling, he's not even trying to run away. So this game, by the way, was here's the starport, and look at these positions. He's putting it here because it's like boom, like you can actually on the screen you can see the two bases here, so that's a good position for that starport, I'd say. So yeah, so I guess I just have thanks to God for getting me this position doing live casting, which I think is so cool. It is a lot of fun. I love being part of the StarCraft 2 community, and I hope to be part of it for many years in the future. And so he is obviously in control, and I have no idea what's going to happen. It could lead to bigger things, or maybe not. But the most important thing is that I just have fun while I'm doing this. So back to the game. We do have another barracks coming down for Nama, and his command center, which is complete, is now... Sorry, the production tab wasn't open. That was a little bit of a boo-boo by me. His expansion is now done, and he really is looking to make some harassment happen because his expansion was later. He opted to go for this medevac, and he's obviously going to be doing lots of damage, or at least try to. Looks like Relfi is prepared for it. He was prepared for it, but decided he may move out pretty soon. Let's look at the if you look at the income tab, it looks like 31 versus 35 harvesters. So where is that medevac? Here it is. So it looks like Nama is doing a little bit better job of making harvesters. And let's go to the units lost. We'll see who comes out ahead. And it looks like probes are getting decimated. The blue flame Hellions are out. And not too many probes went down, but let's go to the harvesters. It looks like it is now even. And actually, this Hellion, which has 5 kills, is going to be doing more damage. And an Immortal is in the base. Relfi is going to clean up there. So I think I made a mistake. I think that the harvester count was ahead for Relfi because he had his Nexus up first. So I did make a little bit of a mistake there. And Relfi is not taking gas from this assimilator. It's an interesting choice. And if we go in the base of these players, it looks like we have 2 barracks, 3 barracks, and 1 factory and 1 starport. Banshee's on the way now, and it looks like Cloak 2 as well as Stim Pack. So lots of stuff being made from Nama. And meanwhile for Relfi, just 1 Colossus and a couple of probes. So I like that Relfi has done a fast expansion, but I do not know if he will be able to win this game with just Colossus, because Nama is now building he's getting actually a Raven, so he does not know about the Colossus yet. And Nama is taking a base of a little ninja expansion of his own. You know, this is a tournament, so it could be a good decision to do so. I don't know if my sound is on. Let me just make sure. Sound disabled. Music oh yeah, my sound was on. Perfect. I can hear it, but you know, just making sure. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. Like I could hear it, but still, I turned my sound off a while ago, so I guess if I can hear it, you can hear it, right? So this Banshee from Nama is going to just float around. He's being timid with it for sure, and I don't think that Relfi quite knows about that expansion. He does have this Colossus out. He does have 2, a 3rd on the way, and he is making the upgrade in thermal lance. The Banshee, okay, has been researched, but there's a cannon that's... Oh, it was not made, actually. He's now making a cannon. Let's see how many kills this Banshee can get. I don't know why you'd bring the Colossus up there. It must be in that control group. And this Banshee has 5 probe kills so far. Nama doing a great job in this game of doing harassment. Meanwhile, Relfi is being extremely defensive. The Observer is nowhere to be seen at the moment. Now, here it is, right down at the bottom right. And that Banshee does go down, but let's look at the Harvester tab. It looks like it is 41 versus 51 Harvesters. Nama has a 3rd base on the way, and Relfi is now gearing up to attack. He does have a proxy pylon here for his gateway units, and his blue ball on the minimap, it looks like a big blue ball, of Colossi is ready to move out. He does have lots of Stalkers and some Immortals, but I don't know if the unit composition of Nama can really handle this. He has 20 Marines, which will fall very quickly to the Colossus. He did see them. When he was doing harassment. And if we look at the production tab, he's making more tanks and not Vikings, which is an interesting choice. Right now, just kind of waiting for the encounter now. The Colossus are going to go up on the cliff and try and do some damage before they will retreat, have to retreat once these units come up, because they will need to join this army here. Not doing too much. One Colossus almost gets taken out. No, its shields gets taken out. Force fields kind of wasted there. Stimpak going down. A barracks hat half health, and now these Colossus are definitely paying for themselves, taking the units into the yellow and slicing a number of Marines. Relfi is retreating now, and one thing I would have liked to see Relfi do is take a third expansion while he was attacking. We can see he does not. He has lots, like almost 1,000 gas, so he has too much gas. Now his surge is going down a little bit late, in my opinion. But we shall see what Naama's response to this is. Naama is building a fourth base himself, and I think that Naama is actually looking to be quite ahead. He has 120 over about 100, so Naama's in the lead right now. That attack did not do too much damage. It did slice through some Marines and Marauders, but not good enough. Now the Vikings are finally on the way, and if we look at the production tab, Blink is on the way, and ground weapons level 1 for Relfi. So pretty standard play. I'd say that he got his expansion earlier than a lot of players. It's safer to just go, but he knew where Naama was, so he decided he could take that early expansion. And Naama still has this base, which has not been seen yet. I wonder if Relfi will decide. He has units all over scouting, so he has a probe scouting for expansions here and one like lone stalker there, but he has not scouted here yet, so he has not thought to do that. This expansion is extremely vulnerable. If it gets seen, then it's pretty much going to die. But Relfi has not, or Naama has not only been pretty much building mules there, so he hasn't really invested in it too much. Naama now doing a great push, 160 over 125 food. The Harvester is still favoring Naama, actually favoring Relfi now, interestingly enough. Naama will siege up and is going to begin a slow, methodical push. Meanwhile, Relfi needs to defend, needs to make sure. Basically, Relfi right now needs to hold on a little bit and let his third expansion kick in, get into gear. Let's look at the production tab. Looks like more Vikings on the way, and Naama now, sieging up his tanks again and moving forward, trying to pick out some Colossi with his Vikings. This is kind of a small, not too many units here right now. Where are the other units of Relfi? I'm not really quite sure. Naama is going to bring in these medevacs with Marauders and Marines. Meanwhile, Relfi is scared, just wanting to lose all of his units. I don't know, not sure what his plan is there, because he's losing his entire base and all of his production facilities. Oh, okay, there's going to be a flank here with Colossus leading the charge. Vikings picking out the Colossus with lots of stalkers, which are going to go out quickly to these Marauders. But Storm has been completed, and these tanks are going to get taken out, but not before the entire army of Relfi just get obliterated. There were point defense drones in there, however, the Raven has been taken down, and there are quite a few tanks left. So that was GG. If we look at the base of Relfi, he lost quite a few production facilities. So thanks a lot for tuning in, and I do apologize. It was not a perfect game, but I missed some stuff there. But hey, I'm really glad you tuned in. And I wish you all a Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. Okay? Goodbye.